All right, Yorion Blue Devotion. So the devotion part of this deck is largely centered around Nyx Lotus here, which taps to make mana equal to your devotion to blue. And what we're doing with this card is we're going to generate lots of mana with our devotion to blue using Kiora, Behemoth, Beckoner, and Corridor Monitor to undiddle our stuff. And then we've got things like Gadwick, Arcanist Owl, and Cavalier of Gales to make large devotions to blue. And then eventually we can use all that mana with other Gadwicks to kind of draw through our deck. And if we draw enough cards, we can actually win the game with Thassa's Oracle some of the time. We also have Agent of Treachery at the top end to ramp into. The main thing this archetype gains in Historic is access to better utility here in the mana base. We've got 4 copies of Lonely Sandbar and 2 copies of Memorial to Genius. So even though we have to go up lands to play Yorion, in the longer games we have more things to do with them. Let's go ahead and pop on into a Historic event here with this one and see how it goes. Hey, thanks for the 3/4 of a year, Thurgis. I appreciate that. Welcome back. We should cut Quasiduplicate because non-foils look bad or otherwise foiled deck. Ain't that the truth? Once ranked Historic is always on and you plan to do that instead of events, it'll depend on deck quality. It'll depend on both deck quality and whether or not I care about the current ladder season hex. So like for this current month, the May ladder season doesn't qualify you for anything meaningful. So I will very likely play everything on the ladder this month. But like next month, it qualifies you for an invitational qualifier again. So I'll probably be a little bit more selective. Farsight, thanks for the 17 months. Welcome back. Looks like some kind of Abzan value deck. Got some Knight of the Reliquaries here, maybe Field of the Dead or Scapeshift. Knight of the Reliquary, for those not familiar, is one of those many cards that's been printed directly into Historic via a Historic anthology. I'm going to play Nyx Lotus out. If I hit a land there, I might have led on Arcanist Owl. I think I want to do this first, and then next turn if I miss on a land, I can go untap a land with Kiora, play this, and this taps for 5, play another one, which is great. I assume they're going to smack Kiora here. They're smacking me. Deal. Perfect. So now I get to do this. Swing and a miss. I get to do this. Play this. Kind of getting to see our deck really do the thing here, which is always lovely. So we get to go ahead and play this, leaving 3 floating. Grab a Knight of the Reliquary here. And then we get to play Corridor Monitor, untap Nyx Lotus, play Yorion, blink all of our things. It's always nice when you get to start the set by doing the thing. So that was like turn 5, right? And we cast like 20 mana worth of things on turn 5. We did 8, 15, this plus this. It was like 25 mana worth of things on turn 5. We started today with Neo Brandon, yeah? Yep. There's some good clips on my Twitter, if you're interested. We're gonna keep this one again. We're on the draw. Let's draw some lands. Kiora plus Nyx Lotus is hard to mulligan. It's very possible that with the fact that I get to play these Psycho lands, I should maybe be on 1 or 2 more lands in this deck. I settle on 35 or 36. I think I did 35, 36, or even 37. I only settled on 34. Yeah, a couple more lands might be right. Maybe just play the full 4 Memorials. Play 36. Yeah, I agree. Edel's always super based in reality. His takes on things are usually great. Probably going to be a little slow here on the draw. Yeah. Even if we hadn't missed there, he probably would have been a little slow. Nah, not at all. Full Metal. Frequently do that. Just let them know they were dead the whole time. And hand just didn't really do anything. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna bottom that. I guess with Omen of the Sea, maybe we don't need 36 lands. It's close though. With the utility lands, erring on the side of more lands is probably correct. So speaking of Omen and lands, just looking to smooth out into lands here, get 3 extra looks. You'll love to see it. So now we're looking. Now we're hoping that Arcanist Owl can help us find a. We're hoping Wow, they milled our. Okay, follow the line. We're hoping Arcanist Owl can help us find a Nyx Lotus here that they just milled over, which is sad. Is winning with Thassa's Oracle and a Yorion deck like Plague Magic on hard mode? Yeah, basically. Don't Maelstrom Pulse my Kiora, I have a heart. You love to see it, chat. You love to see it. Please just play a Knight of the Reliquary. Please just play a Knight of the Reliquary. Please just play a Knight of the Reliquary. Oh no! That's just rude. It's a good deck to get started with in Historic. You can find a ton of great decks to get started with Historic up here on my website. Click Historic Decks at the top. There's deck lists, descriptions of what those decks are trying to accomplish, as well as videos of yours truly playing them. Alright, do you have a way to kill my Nyx Lotus, or we get to do stuff next turn? When do people become whale status here on the stream? You get the whale emote at 10k bits there, Alcohol. So you should have that. Should see our lovely, lovely Hoogle whale emote in your list. Ooh, buddy old pal. Oh, buddy old pal. Oh, no, come back, mid-range opponent. I wasn't done yet, mid-range opponent. Come back. Come back. Nyx Lotus and Twiddles chat. I don't know if this deck is good, but it's certainly great. Sweet memes are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Magic is full of feel bad experiences, plays, devotion deck that steals the opponent's toys. Ain't that the truth? Ooh, Wellspring. I think I'm keeping this. Bottom of the Thassa's Oracle. Maybe I should keep the Oracle, because Oracle can help us dig to a land. Yeah, I probably should keep the Oracle, maybe bottom Borrower or Corridor Monitor. Are we a Thassa's Oracle for value deck? No. In the games where you don't take all their stuff away, Thassa's Oracle can win you the game in a pseudo combo manner. Like, you make incredible amounts of mana with Nyx Lotus, then draw your deck with Gadwick. Is basically the idea. Yeah, like, if I'd had an Oracle here, I'd get 3 shots at my 4th land, whereas now I only have 1. Oh, okay. So they're playing humans with Wellspring. That's sweet. It checks a lot of boxes, Baron. It's got a lot going on. We should add a Reliquary Tower. Lol. Look at my birds. When our birds work together, chat, anything is possible. With our birds combined. Well, that's rude. So I'm going to play this for X's 5, so that way I can Corridor Monitor after. Casual X is 5, leaving mana up so we can do something else. You know, no big deal. Lotus enters tap to people saying we should do things with Lotus. Do 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 do. Why is this deck winning? Because you see, greed, for a lack of a better term, is good. For those that are not familiar. Oh, it's so satisfying. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be kind of sad when they fix that bug. It's a good time. Hey, Testament, thanks for the 5 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. The bug. So there, while I was making my cards be on fire, there's a bug in Magic Arena where when you sideboard, your borderless cards have the mouse over animation of your opponent's deck sleeve. So when we get in here in a second, I'll be able to click on my opponent's deck sleeve, and their deck sleeve has the same animation that you just saw on my deck. It's a feature. Sorry, yes, feature. I don't want to lead y'all astray. Historic is a turn 4 format. I got to put the -40 in. I'm so glad the Winota deck is out in the wild now. The Winota deck's going to do a good job of keeping people honest, chat. If your historic deck can't interact with Winota, can't race Winota to a turn 4 kill, you need to interact with them. Blocking and muting are self-care, Time Lord. A good thing to know about Twitter, too, if you're newer to social media, is that even if you don't think someone's ever going to interact with you on Twitter, you can still block them, and then their tweets won't appear in your timeline. Yeah, Naya Winota is up on my website. It's one of the many great historic decks you can find up there if you haven't seen it before. It is a total treat. It's definitely a deck you're going to want to consider playing or have a plan for playing against for the next Hoots Open. Right, take a build around for HA3 cards. Definitely, Fox. Ooh, look at all the candy, chat. Look at all the candy. Yummy, yummy candy. Where can you find my deck pricing? It is currently $25 for any deck submissions on my channel. Normally, it is $10 for arena submissions, but I'm currently very back for Golos Ulamog. Sounds good, Fox. My submissions are currently very backed up because of the set release still. So once my queue gets a little bit smaller, they'll be cheaper again. This is about to be a real good turn 5. About to be a really good turn 5, chat. I'd love to make a splash. So if I play this, I'll have 2 left over. And then we can play this, which lets me untap this, which lets me do this, which lets me take this, and then end step, we can blink this and take their general. Your move, Yugi boy. This is all I got. GG's, Tron. Easy online finals and Jeff Hoagland Sunday stream. What's going on, Karn? Yep. Yeah, we're gonna be here on the weekends through the fall at the very least, and we'll see. Interesting. Gonna be interested to see what happens with schools and everything in the fall. Taking it one day at a time, chat. One day at a time. It's all we can do in these crazy times. No, we're 2-0 in the event, Mr. Tasty, so you can't dead lands mid-event.
Not today, but my friend's kind of a big deal. Let's get moving.
Okay, so we're hoping to draw an untapped land next turn so we can Nyx Lotus and make some friends. So now we do this, we undiddle this, and then this is 11, 14. So we can do this for X is 9 and still have Corridor Monitor out. Yeah, the Owl is very good in this deck. It's very, very good. Get to untap this. This now makes 15 mana. For people asking, this is going to be a Thassa's Oracle win, by the way. For people wondering what the Thassa's Oracle wins look like, this is it. So I've got one more Corridor Monitor in my hand for now. 21 Devotion and counting. How many cards left? 53 cards in my deck. These are a few of my favorite things. So Arcanist Owl lets us impulse past the lands I just put on top of my deck. This Kiora still has an untap trigger available. This is turn 5, right? I believe this is turn 5. We missed a land drop. Okay, and then there's a Gadwick in my hand, and I currently have 30 mana. So I think we go ahead and we untap this. I guess this is free, right? I have a couple of them, so I can stack a guaranteed card I want to the top of my deck, basically. So we get to Thassa's Oracle for 32 here. So I get to look at 32 cards and take the one I want. So we're going to put Quasiduplicate on top of my deck here. Okay, and then I have 9. I have 41 mana, so I need to leave 3 left over. So that's 38. So I can draw 32 cards with this. Right? 41. This is good enough. Math. I could have drawn 3 more. We could have drawn 3 more. $18 cards left in the deck. Who's excited to play this game on mobile? Who's ready? Who's ready for Magic Arena on mobile, chat? Who's ready? Who's ready to play this one on your cell phone? Whee! Quite devoted. I like when the favorite deck for a format is easy to pick out. I like when it's very clearly just, yep, this is the one. This deck was great. Please. This is not your usual game. So, again, giving and selling a mobile experience is not as simple as you cover most use cases, chat. You can't sell people a mobile product and then have it not work some amount of the time. That's unacceptable. You can't charge people money for something that's just not going to work some of the time. Yeah, I don't know if I want Dispute for Teferi or not. It's close. I think I just want the strokes. Yeah, I'll leave a couple of borrowers in to pressure Teferi. Let's do that. Correct. They have announced a mobile version is coming. Window Head thinks the brand new tier 3, or the 14 months, the generous tier 3 at that. Welcome back. So, they have announced that there's a mobile version coming. What they've not announced, and this is really important, they have not said that it will be the exact same user experience and formats as the desktop version. In my opinion, it would be smart if they came up with some type of Momir variation that you played on mobile that limited the board state in some way, and then also had a deck builder, and you could build decks and draft and have your accounts linked, but they created some mobile specific formats that created a good user experience on mobile. They said during the last state of the game it's going to be the full client. Really? You know what? And again, that's one of those things where that's mostly an executive talking about it. The thing you need to know, chat, is that the same person that promised Magic Arena on mobile also told us that Magic the Gathering was a top 10 esports brand. And we all know how true that is, right? I'll believe we're gonna have a full Magic Arena client on mobile when the Magic Arena client doesn't melt on my i7 1080 GTX desktop computer. Like, forget about all the logistics of big board states and big hands. They need just optimization for this application. Like, this application is not resource light or efficient, is the reality. They said the vault was a temporary feature that wouldn't be there on release. Yeah, that's true too. They did announce that we were going to have an MMO, and then it ended up being just an ARPG, right? That's very accurate. So next turn, we might actually get to see Yorion do something. Wait, the MMO is canceled? No, it's not an MMO. It's an action RPG. It's not canceled, it's just not an MMO. Like, an ARPG sounds good. I'm looking forward to playing it. Christy loves ARPGs. We're definitely going to play together. But, like, again, that's different than what was advertised, is the thing to understand. They didn't advertise an MMO, and they didn't advertise an ARPG. They advertised an MMO. Okay, so I want to do this first. Do I want to scry first? I want to put these lands on the bottom. Let's do this. Target, an artifact. Oh yeah, we get to untap this, and we get to do the Brazen Borrowers on their turn too. This turn is so great. This turn is so good, chat. Could we appreciate my turn here? Do y'all appreciate my turn? Because if you don't, you definitely should. This deck's kind of awesome when it pops off, huh? I hate to blink these Omen of the Seas again, too, and still have blockers up. Yeah, like, the number of times we've successfully gone off in this set's been really impressive. Definitely been a fun one. Alright, so good chance. Have we attacked in this event at all? I don't think so. I don't think we've attacked at all. We have Gadwick here, so this game should be over, right? Yeah, we're gonna win next turn. They haven't exiled my Thassa's Oracle, right? Nope. We attacked with an owl in one of the matches. I apologize. Apologize for the fake news I perpetuated. If you're a fan of taking game actions, chat, boy do I have the deck for you. Okay, so this is 18. Isn't Field of the Dead really oppressive, chat? Isn't Field of the Dead too strong? And it's something that definitely needs to be addressed. Of course, homemade meat. We got you. We aim to please. Thanks for hanging out. Like, on the last Magic Arena Historic tweet, there were people who were complaining about Field of the Dead being unbanned in the format, and it was just like, man, what format have y'all been playing? By the way, if you want to play some sweet historic action, the Hoaglandia Open is quickly filling up. May 23rd is going to be our next Hoaglandia Open. It will be this historic format, and the new HA3 cards will be legal for it. There are currently 12 spots remaining on the Hoaglandia Open sign up at MTG Melee. You just need to be subscribed to my channel to join. And then on the day of the event, you also need to be capable of broadcasting your matches via Discord. So if you have not played in an Open yet, make sure you test your ability to broadcast to Discord. That is a requirement to play so we can do coverage. If the day of the event comes and we request that you broadcast your matches and you are unable to, you'll be dropped from the event regardless of your current record. It is a strict requirement we will be enforcing. Another thing that I talked about this a little bit yesterday, but I want to make sure I mention it. Because it looks like these events are capping, at this current point, I am not looking to expand to more players because adding 2 more rounds does not sound something super feasible. So while I understand life happens and people are signing up in advance, if you join the event and you find out you are unable to play, make sure you drop from the event on Melee. We are planning to penalize people who take slots in the event and then do not show up the day of. So please take a slot if you are able to play only. It looks like Naya Winota here. Speaking of. Even dropping as soon as the night before is acceptable. So we can get other people in who are around the morning of. I think I just Lotus. Because if we Lotus and I draw a land, I can go Cavalier into Kiora, untap into Thassa, blink. Oh, this is probably going to kill us, huh? I think we've died. That's really weird. Our Mopi combo deck died to aggro. 1778ers, thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. Welcome to Hoaglandia. You hate the design on Haktos? Haktos is a beautiful esports card. Don't you say mean things about my Haktos? He's my boy. He's my boy. For people that are new and haven't seen the tournament that we're talking about, the event 2, just to plug the prizes, is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., who's one of the sponsors of the channel. So there's going to be $500 in Cool Stuff Inc. store credit up to grabs for the people that play in it. Among other things, full details on the Melee page. Definitely want Aether Gust here. I might want Stroke, huh? Stroke counters Winota. Some number of those. Need to trim some things here. Oracle doesn't block. I'm going to trim down to 1 of those so we can find it if we're comboing. Thassa and Quasiduplicate also. Haktos was on 3 there. Gadwick could have tapped Haktos. Oh, you're right. Yeah, I totally could have Brazen Borrower, huh? Yeah, good thought. I forgot. Like, this card is like 1 mode in my mind. It's draw cards. That's a good catch. Thanks for pointing that out. You love to see it. Yeah, the number, for people that are familiar with the Haktos card that was out last game, get familiar with it. It's going to be a historic staple. This one, Naya Winota deck. Haktos has protection from everything except what it rolls. So whatever the number is on Haktos, that's the number of things that you can use to interact with it. I think I'm playing this out as a blocker to keep my Kiora a little bit higher. Getting this down also means that, like, Nyx Lotus makes a little bit more mana to start. So I'll be able to, like, Kiora on 3, and then Nyx Lotus on 4, untap and hold up Aether Gust. Yeah, this is good against Legion Warboss here, too, which is great. If they have Winota and an untapped land next turn, this is their nut draw. I think I just have to do this and hope they don't have it. Haktos does not have protection from board wipes. It has protection from damage-based sweepers unless you roll that number. Oh, no. Oh, no. Chat, they're joined up. They're joined up. All right, yep. This is their turn 3. Swing and a miss. I think they found something and they're deciding if they want to attack Kiora. And Grass Marauder, all their cards deal double damage. We're pretty dead here. There's a chance, chat, that our meme isn't very good against good decks. There's a teensy tiny chance that we mostly are beating up other people playing medium decks. Yes, yeah, that was the Nio Winota deck that we played a little bit of yesterday. It's up on my website. Archetype is very good and very real. If you hold up Gust, it's good enough. Probably. It's not, Stegall. They literally just get to Winota us the following turn. Literally, the same thing happens the next turn. Gust is good if you're going to be doing something else with the time you're buying yourself. We weren't. Rhino, thanks for the 16 months. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I think I'm just playing this out on defense. Is Nio Winota on your website? It is, Arcane. And my website works very well on mobile. Here's to us hitting and our opponents never having it. We're just holding up Borrower this turn. I heard the shade in that statement. To Wizards of the Coast credit, their website does finally work on mobile. And I believe they finally got all their crap together in a box. And I believe their website does finally have arena export features on it. But it did take them way too long to get those things added, almost assuredly, yes. How is the mono black deck? Absolute garbage fire. Pretty low individual card quality and just got picked apart by both interaction and decks that were faster than it. The Gatherer literally doesn't support Historic still, last I checked, so infuriate. Poor little corridor monitor. Didn't stand a chance, chat. For people that have been following since this morning, the person who said Brainstorm doesn't warp Legacy, They created a second Twitter account after I blocked them to double down on their statement in my mentions. And they were also upset that I blocked them, even though they weren't rude. That's the lovely thing about social media, chat. People don't just have to be rude for you to block them. You can just block people that are, you know, posting things that are nonsense. They're right. They weren't rude. I wonder if there's a chance. I wonder if there's a chance they don't think Brainstorm's warping because they're not very good with the card. Feels like a strong possibility. I don't really have any sideboard cards for white aggro, huh? My cards are mostly for red and green aggro. My hand's a little slow, but most of my hands in this deck are slow. We're just trying to pop off. Maybe I'm actually supposed to Thassa's Oracle here as a blocker. If I made any changes, the latest list will be the one in the YouTube video description. I don't really play Magic off stream, Mudman. So like the list we ended on is what you got. Once we play that deck a second time, if it still feels reasonable, I'll probably throw it up on the website. So I'll put Corridor Monitor on top. This blocking plus a Brazen Borrower bounce here hopefully lets us survive. And then maybe we can do some Nyx Lotus shenanigans next turn. Then Kenneth Breach. We've never played Kenrith with Breach. Kenrith and Breach are two separate game plans. And there is a... You mean Kisis? I assume you mean Kisis? And there is a Kisis deck on the website as well. Kisis combo's been up there for a long time, in fact. And again, they're fundamentally different decks. It's not just a strictly better, strictly worse comparison. So as is often the case, variety is the spice of life. Magic players too often want to, like, dictate this has to be just better or just worse, and most of the time that's just not how things work. Can I survive this combat step? I'm not sure that I can. If we survive this combat step, we've actually got a pretty good shot next turn. Ginger Dolphin, thanks for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. So I think I have to block... Oh, if this dies, I lose my Cavaliers on top. That's awkward. I also don't really want to lose my Corridor Monitor, though. If I block like this, I die, right? I take 2, 2, and 2. If I block like this, these live. Yeah, I should have left a Cavalier in my hand and not this Thassa. That was a mistake. I think we block like this. Owl is really good. Field of Rune looking awkward here. It's going to lose me mana. Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know that we were guaranteed to win that game, but we take those. Yep. I mean, I guess we were gonna get to Thassa, blink the corridor, untap the Nyx, and have a bunch of mana. I mean, I guess we'll take those. Okay, so Yorion. I think I actually want some of these Gusts and Drakes, based on how their deck played out there. I was taking complicated game actions, that's true. Do I want Gust 2 in here? I kind of feel like I do. Alright, let's do this. How would they concede the scoreboard was 23-1, right? I think this is a mulligan, right? It just doesn't really do anything. I'm gonna keep this because it has a Nyx Lotus and an Arcanist Owl, and hope we draw some cheap spells that do thing. This hand has a lot of upside if we draw some cheap interaction. Could this deck want Nexus of Fate? I don't know. That's a card I thought about when I looked at the shell. I'm not sure if it's actually necessary. It could maybe be though. Yeah, like Nexus of Fate is kind of like untapping your thing, right? Because you start a new turn. Like I could see that being reasonable. Is my website down? Nope. Appears to be alive. The best way for people, by the way, for people that aren't familiar with this website, you should never have to ask, is a website up? Is up.me, or in this case, down for everyone or just me.com. Is up.me as a shortcut. You can enter any URL in here and it will tell you if it's down or not. Good tech support tip. Oh no! Oh no, chat! I was too busy checking if my website was online and they came for my memes while I wasn't looking. Oh! Oh, no! Oh, no! What are my rankings for where the format is currently at? You mean like some kind of tier list? You must be new. I don't do those here. We don't have enough objective data in Magic to create really formal tier lists. The Yorion Greed decks seem really good. There's a few aggro decks people are trying to play, but I'm skeptical that they can keep up with the sweepers and the Uros that the Yorion decks get to play. If I give something protection from green, why can a Nissa green land block it? Why do you think the land is green? It's colorless. Is the answer to your question. What's Declan's Pokemon tier list? Asking the real questions. Alright, so the plan is play 3-3 bird, play 4-5 bird, win game. It's not much, but it's what we've got, chat. No! What a monster. Alright. Little bird wasn't good enough. How about a big bird? Yeah, that's a good question. Why they concede while we were at 1 if they have this card. Alright, so we need Brazen Borrower, chat. We need to be brazen. We need to be bold. We've drawn so many lands and none of them are wonderful utility lands, chat. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand. We'll make it, I swear. Oh, dee 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 dee, dee 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 dee. Is there an argument for playing Fabled Passage for the small amount of deck thinning? No. The deck thinning is statistically insignificant, and the value of being able to shuffle a brainstorm is high. So we're gonna go trade, eat. Gobble, gobble. Okay. We have a game, chat. If we find one of our X spells or like an Agent of Treachery, like you have this. If we draw something before this Healer Hawk kills us in 8 turns, we have a good shot. Even Thassa is good here. Even Thassa is good here to diddle down their bird every turn. Oh, you best believe if we draw an agent, we're stealing the crap out of this hawk. Better believe it, chat. Alright. You know, as far as land draws go, those two are towards the top, chat. They are pretty good. I'm only gonna draw 5 cards so I can keep the Nyx Lotus untapped here. Yes, only 5. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, don't do it! Whew! Bottom, 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 bottom. You love to see it, chat. You love to see it. They have two bolts left. Okay. I'm scared, chat. I'm really scared. Alright, hopefully we could just pop off and win the game next turn. It would be ideal if our opponent did not get to play more turns of Magic. That would be the ideal outcome here. If they did not get to play more games of Magic, more turns of Magic. So we'll get to draw a card, we'll get to Cavalier, we'll get to clear with the Fabled Passage. We're hoping to find like another Gadwick here. Papi! Papi! We did it. We're dead to Mana Bird. Oh, I needed that. Tapping Banishing Light shows dominance. Ain't that the truth? Fairly sure this deck that we're playing isn't good, but it's definitely great. It's definitely great. All right, let's see if we finish 5-1 or 4-2, huh? Let's see if we finish 5-1 or 4-2. All right, one more Field of the Dead deck, please. That was our easiest set in this one. Pox Life. What does someone whose name is Pox Life play in Historic? We should keep anything because they're going to have a bunch of discard spells, right? They should just assume I'm about to... They're going to get, like, Doom Foretold. Doom Foretold is probably the closest thing to Pox, right? That's a good one. That's a good one. I appreciate this opponent. It's like when you play against someone whose name is Pox Life and like they're playing like red-green aggro, but like when they show up with the Bugler Rats, you're like, this person has a sense of meaning. They're a very honest individual. They're on brand. Land here is excellent. You love to see it. Great. We get to Owl into Cavalier next turn, or Owl into Chadwick, draw some cards. Alright, so we're definitely discarding here. I think I'm discarding Gadwick. Oh, and they're making us sack a creature. That's really smart. That's really smart. Yeah, I'm going to bin the Gadwick. That's perfect. So we get to go Owl here. Corridor Monitor. Yep. And then I get to very cleverly hide these cards on top of my deck. So we smack them with this. And then we Yorion post-combat. Blink all our friends. Hey, Daubert, thanks for the 20 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. So I want to brainstorm and then scry, because I can get rid of... Although maybe I was supposed to hide some of these on top of my deck. That's also possible. I do have to discard here. Okay.
Our actions determine. I'll make use of that later.
Oh. Our opponent doesn't want to play Magic anymore, chat. No, I don't know that I want Disdainful Stroke here. I'm just going to click Submit. Just plan to draw cards again. So I have a question. So I see a lot of people who are like, the people who are the companion haters. They complain about these cards being hard to interact with because they're coming from a zone outside of the hand. What cards do these people think are easy to interact with? They think Planeswalkers are hard to interact with. They think Companions are hard to interact with. Like, are all Magic cards just difficult to interact with in the eyes of these folks? It's so weird. Like, I feel like they don't They don't really think about what the words they're saying really mean. Just gonna keep most hands here. The first hand didn't have land, so we had to mulligan, obviously. My opponent's just playing a bunch of discard spells, though, so I want to just have as many cards to start as possible. If it doesn't die to Doomblade, it's too good. Yeah, but, like, that's the issue, right? Like, the companions literally die to Doomblade. Namichill, thank you for the tier 3 sub and for the 51 months. That is an incredible duration. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, it's very, very old man yells at cloud memes are the feels that I get. Sure, the companions give card advantage. Like, no reasonable person is gonna deny that companions give card advantage. However, stating that you think the cards are too good because they generate too much card advantage, that's very different than saying you can't interact with these cards, right? So again, like, I think it's fine and reasonable to critique things, but you should also be reasonable in your critiques and have your critiques based in reality and not just these lazy, untrue sentiments. I feel like when people dislike a Magic card, they stop actually thinking about why they dislike it, and they just start saying, it's bad, insert Magic buzzwords. As opposed to, like, really kind of thinking through why they dislike it. Instead of forming coherent thoughts, they're just like, buzzwords. Yeah, I agree. There are a lot of things that generate a lot of card advantage. Big agrees. Out of context political insight. Yeah, it definitely applies. That what I just said definitely applies to a lot more than just Magic, right? Wait. They're trading their Rankle for my Thassa's Oracle? Deal. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should have kept... Ooh, that's a good one.
Your efforts are futile. Good choice.
So close to popping off. I don't know about that. Like, I guess if we had a Nyx, well, we don't have a way to draw cards at the moment, right? So, like, we need a Lotus, but we also need ways to draw cards with it. Thanks for the 34 months, Smugface. Welcome back. I think I'm splitting the difference here. This is cute.
Please stop.
Pressuring their life total has value here because, pressuring their life total has value because they have, what's it called? They have Phyrexian Arena in play. Amazon Paladin sounds good, Coma Cake. I'll get that after I'm done today. Okie doke, we're bottoming up here because... Oh, no! Oh, wait, this is gonna get taken by this, right? Non-creature, non-land card. That's a tilt. I should have said nothing there. Actually, taking this was strictly incorrect, so it's gonna let their waste not trigger. So I've let them draw an extra card through my mistake there.
You may regret that choice.
Oh my gosh! I just came up with a... Okay, I just came up with another companion meme. Hold on, hold on. I need a moment. I need a moment, chat. I'm heading to the meme generator. All right, how do we feel about this one? This is super. I haven't seen this one yet, chat. Modern needs more board slots. Companions come at no cost. Like those are definitely. I feel like that's pretty good. I have to sacrifice. All right, that one. Sorry, there's a game of Magic going on here still. What do we think? Is that a good one? Oh, I gave them a card when I jump started. Wasn't thinking about that. Probably Thassa's Oracle here. To look at like 800 cards this turn. Cavalier of Gales sounds great. The desktop background is gorgeous. You're not wrong. Okay, so these get to kill this. I think we just want more pressure in play. So let's do this. Ooh, and then we get to hide. We get to hide these. I agree, Bob. I agree. I think the primary issue with companions in older formats right now is that there aren't enough of them. Waste Not is one of those cards that people constantly want to build around that's never good enough. It just doesn't... The fact that the cards you need to play to enable Waste Not draw dead in the late game makes it not good enough. Is the TLDR. Okay, so they're dead? If they don't have anything else? Okay, so they're dead. We attacked them for 6. They die to arena next turn. Thanks for the 2 months of support, Manalist game. I appreciate that. Even with wheels, it's not very good, Mr. Bips. Steal their other arena to save them. Not that nice. Alright, so like, we went 5-1 because Magic's a high variance game, and sometimes if you get lucky, you can win with just about anything. Got my Genesis Ultimatum borderless. Overall, I would be surprised if this deck is super competitive in general. We got thoroughly trashed by the one really efficient aggro deck we played against. I do think that this deck has play and is reasonable against things like Field of the Dead and Mopey control decks, because the thing we're doing and going up big over the top is genuinely good in those matchups. But in terms of like staying alive, we're really not great at that. Aether Gust and Mystic Cerulean Drake give you some play, but in order to make your deck really good in those aggro matchups, you'd have to change it in a way that would change your fundamental game plan. So I don't think you can keep the core of what this deck wants to do and still beat aggro. But I also think it's a hoot. If you didn't see that whole set, we had turns where we like played 25 worths of mana on things on turn 4, which was excellent. So you're looking for a sweet deck that pops off on occasion and goes big, would definitely recommend this one. Drawing your entire deck with Gadwick and winning with Thassa's Oracle on turn 4 or 5 is excellent. Yes, yeah, it was like Amash. This was before Kiora and it got bumped back a little bit. And then Yorion seemed like a good addition. It was fun. All right, we are going to shift gears into Standard for the rest of today's stream. We've got a sweet brew coming up here to start the Standard segment. I had a build-around submission for playing all of the oozes that are Standard legal. So we've got Sultai Ooze coming up to start Standard. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. Don't go anywhere.